Hi everyone, it's Tammy with the Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do week number 9. I think we're on 9 of the hashtag Nothing But Neutrals challenge. If you post to social media, if you use this hashtag Nothing But Neutrals, everybody will be able to see what you're making for the challenge. Or if you're not making things but you want to see what everybody else is doing, you can put this in the search box either on YouTube or on Instagram, and it will bring up all the videos that people are using or making that are participating in the challenge, and you can see what they're doing each week. This week the prompt is flashcard, and I have a couple of flashcards I'm going to use here. This one obviously is a mathematical one, and this one is actually for learning music. And I found both of these at the thrift store. I think the mathematical ones are a little bit older than these are. These are fairly new, I think, but they are kind of different. And they apparently came with a learning the piano book or something, because it tells you what book they're in and what page, that goes with a particular flashcard. So we're going to try to use a couple of those, and I'm also going to make a couple of my own to kind of fit with the theme that I'm going for here. Okay, so I am working in my journal that I made for this particular challenge, which you can see has all neutral colors. And I'm going to use this page because this page has this particular sheet music that says Columbia, the Gem of the Ocean. And my ephemera that I'm using kind of has a nautical theme. I'm going to use this card that I got on my trip to Maine. If you saw my other video from today that shows my antique store finds, this was one of the things I found, as well as this paper, which is like airmail paper. Doesn't that sound wonderful? I'm going to use some of that, I think. And I have another piece of sheet music that is from the Big Stack sheet music that I got from my friend Sue that I visited while in Maine. And it's called The Ship That Never Returned. And then I have some coffee dyed paper that I might use for some backs and things like that. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going with this. We're going to work on it and see what we come up with. And I also have some stamps. I have a ship. These are Tim Holtz. Bon Voyage. Tongue twisted. And I have a little rose compass that I may use as well. So let's get started and see if I can figure out what I'm going to do. And as I'm trying to figure out my layout, I'll tell you a little bit about my trip. As I stated in the other video, I did visit quite a few antique stores. And if you're interested in knowing what I did find, you can watch that video and see what kind of goodies I found on my trip. And Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate here for a second. And see what I came up with. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting back in the swing of things after not making videos for a while. It kind of takes me a minute to get back in the groove. I think I'm going to put this paper over the flashcards so that the numbers aren't as prominent. And I'm going to do that first as soon as I figure out where my glue book is. I didn't find my glue book, but this will work. So like I said, we had a great trip. Some of the things we did while we were there is, we of course went to the ocean, which was the main thing I wanted to do. Was I have never been to a place where the ocean, where it's like rocks down into the ocean. You know, I'm from the South, so, and I grew up in Charleston, which is very flat, and, so I was used to seeing just, you know, flat land and then sand into the ocean. So I was very excited to see, you know, the rocks and the cliffs go off into the ocean. And our friends took us to do that on some of the islands there. And we got to cruise to the islands and cruise around the islands in a 1959 Thunderbird. And it was awesome. Now, I don't know how much you guys know about cars, but a 1959 Thunderbird is like driving a boat on the land. It is a big old long car. It's a very cool car. And so that was a lot of fun, driving out to the islands. In that convertible. The weather was awesome. It wasn't as hot as it is here at home. And so it wasn't too hot to be in the convertible. And so we did that, and we got out and went down to the ocean and saw that. And then we went to a place that had a little bit of a beach where we could get out and walk around, and we found some sea glass. So I have some sea glass, and I bought a little jar at one of the antique stores so I would have something from that area, and put my sea glass in there. And it's now in my cabinet that I have for special things. So that was fun. And then we went to Portland, Maine, and we took a boat cruise there that, it's, you know, just one of those cruise tours that you take for a couple hours or whatever. And there was, on the one that we booked, there was only 4 people scheduled at the time, and the other couple did not show up. And so my husband and I got to be on the boat, just the 2 of us, with the, you know, captain and first mate And so that was kind of cool because we got to ask a lot of questions and things like that that we probably would have not got to do if the boat was full or if there were you know, a lot more people on the boat. And the captain of the boat had the most adorable little 9-week-old black lab that he takes on the boat with him. And so we also got to enjoy the puppy while we were on the boat. So that was a good day. That was a pretty warm day. I did get a little bit sunburned and right in the crooks of my arms, right here. It was really weird. And that's about the only place. It's right in those two spots. And so then for the next couple of days, I looked kind of silly because I had this weird sunburn, you know, right in this area right here, and that was it. So yeah, that was weird. Okay, I'm going to put some tea-dyed paper on the back of this. And then, what else did we do? Oh, we went to LL Bean's flagship store is there. And I don't know if you guys have ever been to that, but it is humongous. It is actually 3 or 4 buildings, I think. And like one building is all like the clothes and stuff like that, and then they have a building that's the kayaks and the boats, and they have a building that is all the home stuff, you know, like the the comforters and stuff like that. Maybe it's just 3. I was thinking they had 4, but maybe it's just 3. But anyway, that was pretty fun to see all that. And it also had around it some food trucks and ice cream shop. They had a Ben and Jerry's there and stuff like that. So that was a good day. We went there, and we had already been to an antique store down the road from there. So that was also the same day we went to the beach. So we did quite a bit that day, actually, now that I think about it. And we had dinner at a German restaurant. So we got to eat some German food for dinner. Excellent. It's called Richard's, if you're in that ever in that area. It was really good. And what else did we do? We stayed at a resort in Poland, and it was called the Poland Springs Resort and Inn, I think, something like that. But it's a pretty big resort that it's older, very historical, and it has several places you can stay. There's like the main inn, and there's the presidential inn. They have some cottages there that you can stay in. So yeah, it was really nice. And now it's not new and fancy, I will tell you that. It is an older place, like I said, but it's very clean, very safe. We stayed in the inn, which is on the golf course, basically. And they have a golf course, and they have a pool, and they have you know, like a pro shop. There's a museum there. It's also where, if you all are familiar with the book Call of the Wild or the movie Call of the Wild, that has the dog Togo in it. That is where Togo came to retire after he was finished being a sled dog. So they have a big statue of Togo there. And like I said, they have a museum. There's a church on the property where they have church, and they also have a lot of weddings and things like that. So, and they have, you know, all kinds of activities going on at the resort, you know, during the week. They have different bands there and karaoke and all that kind of thing, which, you know, we're not much into that stuff, but they do have it. And they have a nice breakfast buffet every morning, so yeah, it's a pretty good place to stay. You know, I'm not real picky about where I stay as long as I feel like it's safe and clean. You know, I'm good. I don't have to have anything special. I don't have to have room service. I don't have to have somebody catering to me every second. As a matter of fact, I don't like that because I don't like feel like when I'm on vacation that I'm being tied down to somebody else's schedule. So, yeah, we went to our friends one night for a cookout, and that was really nice, spending time with them and cooking out. And what else? We were busy the whole week. We thought it was going to be kind of a bummer trip because when we got up to leave on our the day of our flight, we got up to a message that said our flight had been changed, and it was like you know, 4 hours later than we thought we were going to leave, which means our connector, of course, at that point would have also been canceled, or we wouldn't have made it. And so we had to rebook everything, but we were able to do so on the same day. We didn't have to wait, you know, an extra day or anything like that. And we had to fly through a different city. We were supposed to fly to Dulles and then over to Portland, but we ended up having to go to Chicago and then over to Portland. And we got there, I think it was about 9:30 at night as opposed to like 4:30 in the afternoon. But like I said, not the end of the world. We already had a car rented for the week, and so you know, we didn't have to bother somebody to come get us at the airport later than what was originally planned. And then on the way home, we didn't have any delays or anything. We thought we were going to be delayed coming out of Dulles. Was it coming? No, coming out of Portland, because we got on the plane and got ready and to take off, and then the air traffic control held us up for about 25 minutes on the runway because they had so much traffic coming in and out. I guess that was where we were in line with everybody else taking off. And we thought that might give us a problem. But they had actually listed the flight a little longer than it actually took. I guess maybe we're familiar with the wait times already. I don't know. But we ended up getting to Dulles on time. And then our Dulles flight was on time as well. So yeah, we ended up getting back when we thought we would. And since then, it's just been kind of recouping from being on vacation, picking up we have, one of our dogs was at a dog sitter's, and the other one was at home, and my sister came and stayed with her. We split them up because the younger one requires a lot more attention. She has to have a lot more walking, and she has to get outside and expend energy, or she destroys as in chews up pillows and all that kind of stuff. So, and my sister works, so we had to take Belle to a sitter's, and then we left Lily at home with my sister. So that all worked out well. So I'm looking for a pencil. But like I said, now it's just getting back into the swing of making some videos and catching up on my comments and things like that. Which, speaking of, for the next couple of weeks, I am probably gonna have a limited video schedule, because I have about 4 journals that I'm working on that I need to get finished and listed. And when you're trying to work on that many journals and make, videos 4 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week, depending, that's kind of difficult. So I probably am going to limit my videos until I get those journals done. So if you don't see a video on a typical day that I do one, that's why. I am going to, of course, do this one on the regular day, and I'm also going to do I saw it on Pinterest on the regular day, and then the others I'm going to just kind of play by ear, depending on how the journals are coming. So what I did here is I just inked around that. I'm not going to do anything to the back. I'll leave it a postcard. And then on this one, I put the airmail paper on the front. I put tea-dyed or coffee-dyed paper on the back for writing. And I don't know what I'm going to embellish this with yet. I'm kind of trying to make my bases right now. And then for this one, I'm making a journal card. And I'm going to put this music paper on the front. And again, I'm going to put coffee dyed on the back, I think. So that's where we're standing at the moment. So what have you guys been up to? Have you taken any interesting trips? I do have some video of the ocean. I will try to remember to put it at the end of this video so you can see it. Most of you may have seen the Rocky Ocean, unless you're a southerner like me. But if you are interested, I'll tag that on the end. It's not very long. I think it's, 20 seconds or something. But, very, very beautiful nonetheless. And then, like I said, I don't know if you watched my other video or not, but I had to mail myself a Victorian cabinet card photo album back to myself because it was too big and heavy to put in my suitcase. And so when it gets here, I will show it to you guys. It's awesome. The album itself is gorgeous, and it is full of cabinet cards. So I'm looking forward to getting it in the mail, along with I bought 3, which I'd been looking for them forever, that were reasonable. I bought 3 yard longs. And for those of you that don't know what that is a panoramic picture that is 3 foot long, hence the name yard longs. And I had been looking for military ones, like old military ones, because some of you know already, I'm a military brat. My dad was in the military. My husband was in the military, both retired. And there are certain military items that I really like, and yard-long photos are one of them. I think they're very interesting, not only in their shape, but they're usually, the older military photos, and they're just cool. They're made at the base that you're stationed at, and like I said, they're probably about 6 or 8 inches wide, but they're 3 foot long. And I found 3 of them that I ended up getting, 2 at one shop and 1 at another. And they're really hard to find that are not outrageous. And I was lucky enough to find 3. So I'm ecstatic about that. One is navy, I think, and one is army, and one is Air Force, I believe. The army one, and I may be getting these wrong, but I believe the army one is World War I. One of them is World War II, I believe. The other 2 may be both World War II. So, yeah, very cool. Alright, so now we have our flashcard covered, we have our postcard taken care of, and we have a journaling card out of the music. Now we need to figure out how we're going to do this. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to make the flashcard a tuck. And then I want to stick these two behind it, like that. But I want to put something else on here to, you know, so it's not just the flashcard. And then on this page, I'm going to put the flashcard, the treble clef flashcard, as another tuck on this side. But I'm not going to worry about this one right now. We'll just do this side, and then you'll know kind of what I'm going to do on this side, which is going to be basically the same thing. So, I think I'm going to, I don't know if I stamp right on that, if it would show up well. What I might do is stamp on this or stamp on the tea dye. Alright, let's stamp on the tea dyed paper. Okay. My acrylic block here. I don't know if it'll stick to this one. This is one that I usually use to smush my paint around with, so it may not stick, but we'll try. Okay, let's do black. Make sure I get enough ink on it. This is the Tim Holtz stamp, by the way. Okay, and then let's put the Bon Voyage. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time saying that. Underneath it. Okay, now let's kind of tear around that. And put that right down here. I tried to find, I thought I had some of the old flashcards that are the tall skinny ones, but must have used them all because I couldn't find any in my stash. But yeah, it was nice to get away and, you know, see something new. My husband is from New England area, and so he kind of knows where everything is. So that always helps when you go somewhere and at least someone is familiar with where you are and where you're going and what to do, so you don't feel like you're wasting time doing something that's ends up being kind of a flop. So then you feel like you wasted a whole day, you know. His Easy Pass for the toll roads was still active, and so that was nice too, that we just, you know, had to throw that up in the window and we were good to go. Okay, I'll move this over where you can see better. Alright, so we have our ship on there. That looks pretty good. And then we have this guy that's going to be sticking back there. We have this guy that's going to be sticking back there. Now, do we want to put... Let's glue this down. It's the first time I've used my glue since I've been back. Yeah, so we get back, and of course, you know, you're unpacking everything, doing your laundry and all that. That's what I did yesterday, was, you know, get all the laundry done and that kind of thing. And what happens? Our washer machine breaks. Isn't that always the way it is? So we had to get a new washer machine. But they delivered it today. We just ordered it yesterday afternoon. Luckily, I had gotten all the wash done before it decided to start acting up. But yeah, we just ordered it yesterday and they delivered it and installed it this morning. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that. Alright, so here's our two journal cards. I wish that would show a little bit more, but that's okay. Alright, so there is, and like I said, I'm going to do the same type thing. Oh, I was trying to decide whether I wanted to use the compass on here. Why not? Let's see what it looks like when I stamp it before I commit. Can't tell which way it goes. I don't even know what kind of stamp this is. I think it came in one of those monthly subscription things. So I think I want it this way. Is that north up? Yep. Okay. So we're gonna put that. Let me find something to put under that. make it a little sturdier before. Where's my stamp block? Yep, that's better. Oh yeah. Okay, and like I said, I'll do something similar on this side. And I'll have to find me another kind of nautical picture. Or, oh, you know what? I have a photograph. Maybe I'll go ahead and do it right now. I have a photograph that I believe is kind of a rocky beachy thing. So I could use that. And it could be, whoops, just knocked one of my albums in the floor. And it, wrong one. And it could be kind of a reminder of my trip. I haven't printed out any of my pictures or anything that I took yet, but I also could use one of those. But I think there is a picture of a couple in here. This reminds me of kind of where we were. This is in California, I think, but I mean, I don't think I know. It says California. It's 1949. That'd be cool if it was 1959, like our T-Bird, huh? And then probably what I'll do once I get all the pictures printed out that I want to use, I'll probably put one of our pictures in there as well. Okay. So yeah, on this side, I'll do like that. And that'll be cute. And maybe I could put something. I don't have any. Oh, I have lighthouse pictures from the lighthouses. Maybe I could put one of those back there as well. I didn't take a picture of the boat. I didn't think about it until after we left. And I was like, I didn't even take a picture of the boat. And the guy had told us that it's the oldest operating wooden boat in Maine. And he bought it and restored it for these tours. And it was a really cool, like a schooner. And I didn't take a picture of it. But, oh well. Alright, so, can you tell that I'm just really dumbfounded by what I'm doing here? I'm just really out of tune. Alright, So this side I definitely want to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, trim that down. Didn't at all do a very good job of getting that straight. Okay, let's poke that hole in there. Okay, and I think I'll put another piece of paper on the front, but I don't know what I did with the other half. That's what I've been like kind of digging for, thinking what in the world did I do. Of course it's not exactly a half because it's probably not going to be big enough. It's not. Got two small pieces. I don't want to seam it. Let me grab another piece of this paper real quick. Okay. Whoops. Put that on. Sounds like the hubby is mowing. I'm really surprised that he hasn't done it before now. He's been itching to do it since we got home. It rained yesterday, which we needed it. We were gone the whole time that we were gone. My sister kept saying, don't worry about the yard because it's so hot here, it hasn't grown. It's so hot and humid. One evening, she sent me a text and she said, how's the weather? It was 8:30 at night. How's the weather? And I said, good. I said, it's about 80 degrees or something like that. You know, it might have been 70-something degrees. And You know, it's nice, not raining. She goes, well, yeah. She said it's 8:30 here and it's 91 degrees. I was like, oh, I'm glad we're not home. So, but yeah, we had pretty nice weather the whole time. There were a couple days that got a little warm, but for the most part, it was not near as hot as it was at home. And the humidity was not bad. There was one day humidity was pretty high, but for the most part, it was pretty nice. And we only had, oh, that was another thing we did. I knew there was something else. We went to the casino. There was a casino there. And I don't care much for casinos. But the good thing is that my husband likes to go and he likes to play blackjack. And that's really the only thing he likes to do is play blackjack. And usually, you know, he'll go in and play for a little bit and he's done. And, yeah, he went in and sat down on the table and he won like 6 hands straight or something like that. And he was like, okay, ready to go. And I was like, you're not going to stay and play anymore? And he, nope, not pressing my luck. He said, I'm up. I've won, you know, so many hands in a row. And he said, I'm done. And I was like, okay. So, but while we were in there, it came a pretty bad rain, little stormy, rainy thing. But it started after we went in and it was done by the time we came out. And then there were a couple nights that it rained, you know, while we were asleep. I want something else to put on here, kind of like I did here, but I don't know what that is at the moment. So I'm going to leave it pretty much like that for now. And when I come across something that I want to stamp on this one, and then I get my lighthouse picture cut out or printed out to stick back there, then I think we will be done. So for now, that is my take on a flashcard, and next week's prompt is a playing card. Any kind, any size. It can be any game. It can be standard, you know, deck of cards. It can be rook cards, old maid cards, and it can be, you know, any size. If you want to use the jumbos, the regular size, the teeny tinies. If it's a digital of a playing card, that is fun as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed me rambling about my vacation. And let me know where you guys are going or have been, and what adventures, you know, you saw. I would be interested in knowing what kind of trips you've made this summer. And like I said, I will be back on Thursday for us out on Pinterest. But for the next couple weeks, until I get all my journals done, I'll be kind of in and out. Just be patient with me so I can get myself caught up and get my shop restocked, and then we'll be back to work as usual. So again, thanks guys, thanks for joining me. I've missed you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again on Thursday. Bye.